Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Christmas season is approaching and many raid players are anxiously awaiting for the Christmas fusion for the Yuletide events and see just what does raid have in store for this holiday season. Because raid typically has had some pretty sweet holiday seasons. Just how sweet exactly and what should we expect this year? Let's take a look. First, thank you Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video and for giving me this wonderful promo link down below in the description there in the QR code. A new account with Deacon Armstrong right after the tutorial. Uugo at 15, Tagoar at 20, Mausoleum Mage at 30. A wonderful start to raid. So, but then the Christmas events. So, players are waiting for them, but should they be? How good have the Christmas events really been? Let's take a look at years 2024, 23 and 22 and see what can we deduce from those, how have they resembled each other, and what should we expect for 2025? The holiday season of 2024 was the strongest ever showing for raid. So it all started with Stock the Broken Fragment Fusion. So currently we have this cross wall breaker Fragment Fusion. So we're at this specific point of the holiday season basically. Well, Stock was rated by Hell Hades as 4 and by Ayumi Love as tier A. But nothing too special, not bad, not super great either, but something anyway. And also on November 25th last year, we had Skeletor and He-Man. We had a brand collaboration. Skeletor Chase. Skeletor was a free champion and He-Man was from a champion pass. Although there were also free events where you could get He-Man, but it was not a guaranteed event. So that happened as well. This time, of course, we already had Turtles. We had a big brand collaboration just before this. But last year it was in November, Skeletor and He-Man. Then November 26th, there was X2 event for both Mortal and Immortal Soul Stones. And then on Black Friday, there was a big shard event. X2 chance for Legendaries and Epics from Ancients, Voids and Sacreds. And then that was followed by X2 chance to pull Mythicals from Primals. But only Mythicals, not Legendaries and Epics. Also on December 6th, Chimera was added to the game, so Chimera's 1 year anniversary is approaching now. Chimera is such a recent addition. Also from December 6th until December 26th, there was the Yuletide Titan event. And the Titan event, the main reward was Sir Nicholas, a Void legendary champion who was a previous Christmas fusion. Rated 4 by Hell Hades, S tier by Ayumi Love. Also, this Yuletide Titan event included a Heroes Path event that gave you He-Man souls. Then the Christmas Fusion last year started on December 16th and that gave Lady Noelle another Void Legendary. So last year it was possible to pick up 2 Void Legendaries during Christmas and that was unprecedented. That had not happened before. Then on December 24th there was an X2 event for Primals, a full X2 event for Primal Shards. Epics, Legendaries, Mythicals. Chance to get all of those was doubled. And finally, there was a festive deck of Fate from December 24th to 27th with Belts the Reckoner as the main prize. Rated by Hell Hades as 4 and Ayumi Love as tier A. So some of these events, like, okay, Stock the Broken, nothing too special I suppose, Belts, nothing too special. But there was this Sir Nicholas from the Titan event, Lady Noelle Fusion, that really gave some power to holiday season of 2024. In comparison, 2023 was not nearly as strong. 2023 had a Xena Champion Pass from November 10th. So Xena rated 4 by Hell Hades, A by Ayumi Love. And then there was a Fragment Fusion starting on November 16th for Ugir the Worm Eater. Another like okay legendary but nothing too special. And this Fragment Fusion is of course now the point where we're currently at, just we have the cross Fragment Fusion instead. In 2023, also during Black Friday, there was X2 event for Ancients, Voids and Sacreds, all of those. And on Cyber Monday, there was an X2 event to pull Mythicals from Primals, but no improved odds for Epics or Legendaries. Yuletide Titan event started on December 1st and continued until December 25th, and the main prize for that was Storm in the Code, who was also a previous Christmas fusion. 3.5 by Hell Hades, A tier by Ayumi Love. December 12th saw some new content in the game because Cursed City was added to the game in December 2023. The Christmas fusion of 2023 was not as memorable. Blizzard the Howler, 4 by Hell Hades, A by Ayumi Love. And then at the end of the year, December 29th, there was a full X2 event for Primals. So Epics, Legendaries and Mythicals, chance to pick all of those up. And as we go further in the past, the predictive value kind of goes down because 2022 was still the time when Raid was at the peak of this guaranteed champion thing, which they really haven't been doing lately anymore. So we can see that 2022 is already going to be a fair bit different than 2025 will be, because on November 18th there was a guaranteed event. If you pulled 150 ancient shards, you would get Staltus Dragonbane, and that was actually pretty strong, about 150 ancient shards. And then November 24th, the November fusion that we currently have across, then it was an epic fusion for Hoskarol, so not too fancy at all. Black Friday also was a lot weaker in 2022 than it has been in the more recent years. There were X10 summon boosts for Ancient Voids and Sacreds, but no general X2 at all. So that X10 summon boost is just much weaker because it doesn't give you a better spread and it doesn't give you more legendaries, just a chance to pick up one of them more often. There were some free gifts of chickens on November 24th to celebrate Thanksgiving. There was an X2 event for Ancient Shards on November 25th with X10 to pick up Tronda, so that was kind of okay. Then more of these guaranteed events. November 29th saw a 20 Sacred Shards guaranteed event. Pull 20 Sacred Shards and you're guaranteed to get Elva Autumnborn. And Elva obviously being really good then that was, in a sense, like Staltus was really good, Elva was really good. These guaranteed events were really good, but you need a lot of shards for those. And Raid hasn't really been doing that many of those lately anymore. There was also a brand collaboration from November 30 until February 28 with Ronda as free login chase champion. So Ronda, similar like Mikey was this year and similar as Skeletor was last year. So free login champion. And content was added to game also in December 2022 with Sand Devil added on December 6th. And Christmas fusion of 2022 was perhaps the strongest Christmas fusion of them all, Gnishak Vermin Lord. So obviously the wonderful Bomber in this game, so that was quite fancy. And then there also was, in December, there was a 110 Void Shard event for guaranteed Lil, but I don't know if that was really worth it. And on December 22nd there was a Champion Chase event, and that gave you the winner of the tournament, so one player out of 100, a champion as the first place reward. And the champion depended on your level, so if you were a little bit lower level you got something like a Frostbringer or some epic like that, and higher levels got Tormin, for example, so it wasn't too special. So overall 2022, if you were pulling a lot of shards for these guaranteed events, well, Staltus and Elva, and then those Gnishak obviously were pretty big deals. But other than that, it didn't resemble the later years nearly as much. 2023 was a little bit weaker, and 2024, with chance to pick up 2 Void Legendaries, was the strongest of these holiday seasons. So is Christmas going to be worth the wait this year for Raid Shadow Legends? The quality has varied, but 2024 was the strongest yet, and overall it looks like Plarium has been a little bit more generous during the past year and a half than before. So in that sense, I suppose it makes sense to expect good things from this season. Raid has also often released new content in December, so I really look forward if there's going to be any new boss coming in December or anything. And if Raid repeats the generous approach they had in 2024, Christmas time can be incredible, but it has not always been so. Like 2023 was clearly not nearly at the same level as last year was. But we'll see. It's going to be exciting times, and I can't wait to see what they have in store for the holiday season. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.